improve on that once the stream is actually working. Yeah, our lovely Belfry here just said that our mics are a little bit too quiet compared to everyone else. As in everything that comes from our side.
We didn't talk into the mic.
Yeah, okay.
Scrambling around. Can I get some feedback in the chat? Can you see us already? Sorry for the delay. We had a bit of a technical problem here, but I think. Oh yeah, I'm seeing an ad on my phone. I think that means you're live. Hello, Paramount Plus.
Capitalism!
Not sponsored. I mean, technically sponsored, I guess, but yeah, we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. What do you mean? Oh, okay, yeah, but we can also show the camera on thing. Or what do you mean? No, it's fine. Oh, okay, I mean that will. Clemens can probably make it so that you can see also the screen. But yeah, so that's off to a rocky start. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Ari. Yeah. Hi.
Hello, hello. Sorry for the pause here.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for joining us. Crazy, right? I'm so glad that you watched chapter 4 with us.
Yeah. So context for everyone. We had I think up to like 250 people watching live the premiere, which is crazy to be honest, because last time when we released chapter 3, we only had like 50 subscribers, so that's pretty great.
That's wild.
Yeah, thank you everyone who's tuning into our live stream now. We have a few guests for you. We're gonna talk about all the stuff we've been working on with Tamberlane and so on, and we're gonna get the reactions of Caytlin Vilbrandt and Ari, who are the authors of the comic actually. So
Hooray!
yes, and
yes, indeed.
well, oh, sorry guys. Sorry guys, we're having technical problems. It's a bit of a setup thing, but also here, right here, you can see Caytlin right here, and Ari should be showing up in a bit as well. Just waiting for our tech guy to work on that, and yeah. So okay, now let's just start with some introductions. Okay, so I'm Voltaire, basically the leader of the studio who got this whole thing running, and I'm also the voice actor of Anthony, and yeah. So no, you.
Hi, I'm Agatha. I am the voice actor of Tamberlane and Piper, and I'm also the voice director. Wrote and composed some.
Awesome, thank you. And for the rest of the people who are here, I would like you guys to introduce yourselves, and also I would like if you just give a few words about how you liked the dub you just saw, because for you it was like a complete premiere, and so I just wanted to hear a few things about that. And let's start off with Caytlin, shall we? So Caytlin, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Caytlin Vilbrandt. I'm the creator behind Tamberlane, and although I have since been joined by some wonderful folks helping me out on the team, including Ari, my co-writer, who is here. I absolutely loved this dub. It is really, you guys really knocked it out of the park this time, and I'm so happy that that I got to watch the premiere.
Awesome, thank you so much. Ari, are you here?
Yes, I am. Hello. Yeah, my name's Ari, Metajoker. I am co-writer on the project, and I've been working on it since chapter 4. So this was the first chapter where so I can hear myself. It's a little hard. I'm not sure. I can't hear myself through your microphone, Inventor. Perfect. Yeah. So chapter 4 was actually the first chapter that I wrote for with Caitlin and helped plan out because Caitlin brought me on for quite a big sequence. This is the river sequence, the field trip was this big, kind of intimidating sequence to figure out, and it was leading to so much of the rest of the comic. So I was so excited to actually see a dub of work that I participated in because I've always loved the Spot and Marten dubs, but it was something else to see you guys bring it to life with how much the hours of work that go into it, and then you guys bring that work to life. Like it's so cool. I work on another comic with a friend of mine, Izzy, and she was messaging me during it, being like, "The river sequence! The river sequence! Oh my god!" Because you guys did such a good job. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
About the 8 months of it was a lot of.
Yeah, I think we should also get a few of the voice actors who voiced some of the characters to introduce themselves if you want. So maybe Perry, do you want to say a few words or?
I look like a mess, but don't let that distract. Hi. Okay. Hi, I voiced Kira. It was great fun. Yeah.
You are such a good Kira.
Thank you.
Kill it.
Yes, I don't want to. Yes, I joined this obviously a bit later since Kira doesn't really show up until later, but Voltaire here basically like recruited me. Was like, we were at a convention. He was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. You're interested in the thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Show me your thing." And the thing was a cool dub, and I'm really happy I got to be part of it. I've always been meaning to get into voice acting proper. It's been a childhood dream, basically. I always knew it was my thing, but then you worry, is this the right path? I do a real normal job instead, and I tried those for several years, and turns out I'm bad at all of them. So I'm really proud to be part of this, like all in seriousness, because I can finally like really tell myself, hey, I still have a long way to go, but I'm doing it, the thing that I wanted to do. So I'm really glad I get to be a part of this. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you very much. And we still have some people in the in Discord who are also voice actors. Does any one of you guys wanna also do a short introduction? Just write in the chat if you want. Okay, there's number one. Hello, Razor. You should be able
Hello.
to speak now.
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hey, my name is Eric, aka Razorwolf. I'm a voice actor and musician from Canada, and I voice Kerr in Chapter 4. And I also voice Danger in Chapter 3. And it was an honor to be a part of this. That was amazing.
Yes,
Oh, thank
Kerr was
you.
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Great as like I
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to voice him again in Chapter 5.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for chapter 5.
Also,
I
fun
will
fact.
just say,
TM.
Kerr is my favorite character.
Oh, hell yeah. I hope I did him justice.
Oh, you did, absolutely.
Thank you. Fun fact: voice. I auditioned for Tag and Danger at the same time, and the voice I used for Kerr was the one I auditioned with for Tag, because my
nice.
my idea was to have him be like a Cockney British, and then Danger is like the more reserved RP, reserved pronunciation kind of British.
Okay, so we got a bunch of other people who still wanna introduce themselves, so gonna add
Yeah.
the next one. Hello.
Hello,
Oops, I think-
hello. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Well, hi guys. My name is CB Nanigans, and I am the voice of Nora and Parker. I am a voice actress in training, and I hope to continue providing Nora's voice as well as Parker's as you guys continue to watch, Tamberlane and see them change and grow. I had so much fun voicing Nora, and I think the reason why I had fun voicing Nora is because Nora's a mom, I'm an aunt. She's got two beautiful kids. I got three, well, four, but three little gremlins. And I guess I kind of was able to feed off of that energy and pass it through Nora. Um, in terms of Parker, it was really fun to do his little baby voice when he was first introduced. Just doing the little babbles here and there. And then, of course, when we got to the scenes where he was actually talking, I had a lot of fun with that one too.
He was adorable.
Honestly, I'm really glad that you guys brought me onto this so that way I could do Nora. Like, I really absolutely love Nora. Nora's just got this mom vibe all over.
Energy of being supportive Belfry.
Mhm.
From a fellow mom. Here, you did such a job with that. It was so heartfelt.
I really do try my hardest to like put my everything into Nora because it like I kind of see myself a little bit in Nora where like especially when my nieces and nephews are involved and they're like, oh, nobody wants to talk with us and whatnot, so I go into like that aunt mode. So yeah, I had so much fun with it.
Adorable. And also, I wanted to say it was already like really great since chapter 2. Your performance made the scene flow really well. Did it consistently all the way. Chapter 3, you had a very small moment, and then chapter 4.
Yeah, I had to actually like at one point I had to kind of like reread her parts and kind of voice them out loud in my room/office. I've actually had moments where my nieces and nephews would knock on my door like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm talking to no one. I'm talking to myself.
Awesome. Yeah, it was really, really great to have you on, and we hope to have you on for future project as well, or more of Tamberlane at least. Really looking
Heck
forward to that.
yeah.
And so now, actually, a really special person just came into the room, and maybe he wants to introduce himself as well. Oh, yes, sure. Just talk to Clemens, please. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Orlando. I'm the Woo. Apparently. I'm the composer in chief. I've really grown. Feels like maybe it's literally that I have more for this Tamberlane project than ever before. Pretty new. Definitely making music. Stand up. Really fun and stressful in the end, of course. It's all cramped up in the end.
Oh yeah, it always is.
I have to put it so okay. Yeah, I think I've introduced myself enough. I think there's a Q&A afterwards.
And we got some really great feedback on the music, so I think it was really perfect. Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Gorgeous music. It was
Oh, yeah.
great.
I saw some of those comments on YouTube while I drove here in the underground, and it warmed my heart.
Really strong
Awesome.
moments that enhanced by your score, so.
You did a great job. Oh, right. I have my mic. I have one that has a little more reach. Apparently, everyone, in case I see your little like mic complaints. What? What's going on? Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
it's because he's sitting here.
We've heard that the Discord is a bit loud in the stream.
Yeah,
Webcam is
so-
a bit quiet. And we're hearing echoes of you when we talk. We hear echo through your mic.
Yeah, we are aware of the issues with the audio. Sorry, we try to fix it, and if it doesn't work, then well, at least you can hear us. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, I just want to make sure.
I think you can hear me. Apparently this mic has a little more reach. It should like cover this area kind of. So yeah.
Just go on.
Yeah, let's. I don't know how it actually sounds like. I'm sorry.
We have a few more people who want to introduce themselves. So I'm gonna pull the next person on stage, which is actually the main voice is the main character. Ja, ich wollte das verwenden. Okay,
Alright.
so well, we now have Kay on board, who is the voice of Belfry. Kay, can you hear us?
Yes, now
Oh,
I hear you fine. I think I just have to. I'm not a big Discord expert.
Can we hear Kate?
Yes. Kay.
Yes, coming in great.
Kate.
Oh, me? What? Are you asking me?
Now we're getting confused.
No. I said Kay, but like I said Kate. So.
Yeah, Kay,
Sorry.
you're free to introduce yourself. Yes.
So hi to Kate and everybody else. This is Kate. Just for the confusion. Yeah, I play Belfry. And actually this is my first voice acting work ever. So it's been something of an adventure. It's been quite a lot of fun. I think you can tell that chapter 1 was the first time. Chapter 4 sounds a lot better. I think we've learned a lot as we've gone through the 4 chapters, all of us, and especially the whole production thing is gone crazy. Like with chapter 3, it went crazy, and then chapter 4 is just like, oh my god. Manuel is becoming Mr. Foley Man
Yeah.
with all the sound effects. And the music is fantastic, and like just even the sound stuff, like the ticking clock in the background.
Yeah.
It was like that just makes it. It's like ah.
It was
Good work, guys.
It was definitely fantastic. I especially really liked the switch from this cute bedtime story music, and then it went patriotic kind of, and then and then we had like just the clock ticking noises, which was so like such a nice touch, you know, the simplicity
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much, Kay. There's still a few people who want to introduce themselves, so
Yes.
let's go a bit faster. Sorry.
Right.
Okay,
right.
and now we have Carrie Horn, who also did a fantastic job as Kelly and Avery.
Avery,
Yes,
Avery.
exactly. So yeah.
Two of my moms,
Yeah.
actually, both my moms.
Okay, Carrie. Yeah. Carrie, are you there?
Harry is muted.
Yes.
There we
I found the
Oh,
mute.
hi.
I found the mute button. Hey,
Hello.
man, that was so much fun. I enjoyed watching that just as an audience member. That was so much fun. I've enjoyed the comic for many years, and so just being a part of this means a lot to me because of that. So thank y'all for inviting me to come along and play.
Thank you
so
so much for
excited
joining.
to
It's
have
really, really amazing.
That's an honor.
To have so many talented people
You-
on board.
You really carried the scene. Carrie.
Oh,
the scene.
I like it. I cried so much during the making of that scene. I mean, I had to like hydrate. 'Cause the one in the cart where she's talking about Jensen and maybe getting him fired, and that's I love the writing on that, and I love just the art on all of it. So, and being a part of that was really special to me.
All right,
I'm so
thanks a
glad
lot.
you enjoyed it.
And
Yeah.
we have one more person, and that's the voice of Jason. So.
Hello.
Bully
No,
gang?
not the bully
Welcome,
gang.
welcome.
not
He's
Jonas.
Piper's dad.
Yes,
so.
Jason and Jonas. I know they get mixed up a lot. The J.
Jonas,
Yes,
Jason.
exactly.
Sorry.
Well, yes.
Go ahead.
Fruitsky.
Well, he's also.
Hello, everyone. Glad,
Wait.
so glad to be part of this. And honestly, for me, this is also my first. This was the first time I ever did voice acting, and it was by the most random encounter possible, which was Uvold visiting Poland, and we just like bumped into each other, started talking about voice acting. You proposed that I send a casting, and some months later, visiting Vienna, recording, just like it was so amazing, and playing the role of Piper's dad, the pure energy of chaos is amazing. And also, Carrie, you said crying dehydrated you. I was sweating like crazy in that booth, just like hearing your voice, those emotions, everything, and me being like, "Oh my god, I'm so not skilled for this."
Oh no.
It was so cool because Yoshi actually came all the way from England. He flew all the way to Vienna just to record in our booth, which was like really amazing. I think it was the first time someone came this far just to record.
Dedication and determination.
Germany. Sorry?
Dedication and determination.
Oh yes, it's very worth it, as everyone can hear, I think.
Yeah, very happy to be part of this.
Thanks.
I'm just so glad that you kind of gained, I can tell you gained more confidence in your voice acting as you kind of went along with it. Like, I already see you, like, setting up for your own voice acting, you know what I mean? You already set up your own, like, little business, kind of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a thing I wanted to talk about later as well, about what everyone is doing, because we still have one more person who wants to introduce herself, and that's Lauren. So that's the voice of Penny.
Yeah, hi Penny.
Hey Penny.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I don't hear you. Wait.
We can hear you, so just talk if you can hear us.
Oh.
Okay, now I hear because I'm on stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, you can
I
just
was
go and introduce
supporting you
yourself.
from
We hear you,
home.
yes.
Yes, okay. I'm Penny. Hello everyone. In chapter 4 I didn't talk a lot. She was just there in the background. I've forgotten which chapter she talked more, I guess in 2 or 3.
2, I think,
2,
is
yeah.
when she was around most. We have edits that we did to the chapter 4, and Penny comes around a whole lot more in the edits, unfortunately.
Yeah, we there was a bit of a realization that when Caitlin first drew chapter 4, there was this like there's a lot of children to get through, and then afterwards like, wait, where's Penny? So we've she definitely has had more of a presence, I think, in the future, which is good because I love Penny. She's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw at some point you replaced
I
Anthony
love
with
it. She's
Penny.
my adorable baby.
That was like the first thing I noticed when Caitlin was doing the edits, and I saw Penny was there a lot more. I was like, oh my god, poor Lauren. She could have been doing so much more voice work, and yeah, but it is what it is.
It's okay. It's okay. Other people need also screen time.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we have so many awesome people.
And
involved, yeah. Sorry.
I just wanted to say it's kind of hard because I don't know when you talk and when I talk, but the episode was awesome. It was nice to watch. I liked how it was cut, and I found it really interesting that you could see the background behind the text.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
That's
parallax,
also
yeah.
all thanks to Caitlin who supported us so much. She actually gave me all of her work files, which enabled me to do like renders of different layers of the text, so of the pages, so that you can do the fade in of the bubbles, which started with chapter 3, which is actually very nice. And thanks a lot again, Caitlin.
Yeah.
It's really,
You are
really,
welcome.
really great. Okay,
Thank you, Caitlin.
so now I think that everybody who wanted to introduce themselves, I think we can move on to some discussion and prepare some questions. So one of the questions I get asked a lot, or at least is asked a lot online, is, "Oh, this stuff, it's really great, and I would really like to see an animated show of this." And I know you answered this question in the Discord a few times, Caitlin, so I know your answer for that, but maybe some of the people watching the stream might be interested in that. So what's your take on maybe making Tamberlane into a fully fledged animated series?
So, as much as I would love to do a fully fledged animated series of Tamberlane, that would be awesome. But making shows, and especially animated shows, takes so much time and effort, and not to mention money. And if we were to pivot to doing an animated show, it would mean that I couldn't work on the comic for years and years and years, because all of my energy and effort would be going into making like single episodes of a show. And more than that, if I would maybe, and this is extremely maybe, consider it if like a dream studio approached me, like Cartoon Saloon or something like that. But I also have very stringent personal requirements of what I will allow, and most studios probably won't agree to my requirements. So I wouldn't hold your breath, but it was fun to hire Ashley's studio to make the little animated trailer that we had for the Kickstarter, and hopefully
was
we'll be able
wonderful.
to do that again sometime.
Yeah, and we had we had discussed like the dream, obviously. Like, Caitlin and I meet all the time, and a big thing we talked about was like, a lot of people who create webcomics secretly would kind of want it to be a movie in their head. It's like a movie in your head, right? You're creating it, and projects like this are so important because this is the kind of content that like not everyone's going to read webcomics. We really want people to see the story, and animation, like Caitlin said, is expensive and time consuming, and if we were to do it, it would mean like the death of the webcomic, basically. So we're prioritizing the comic because we just think that's the best medium that we can tell the story in right now. But having this voice dub that you guys have done is so exciting because it's like getting this piece of like this cinematic version of the comic that you guys are absolutely killing it with. And it means that so many people are getting to like witness the comic who wouldn't be able to otherwise, and see the story that Caitlin began and I'm honored to help with. And y'all just, so I think like I don't even want to undermine, I don't want to undermine the effort y'all put in by being like, oh, when, we could, it'd be cool if there was an animated version, but what you guys have made is just beautiful. And it's such an honor. Caitlin and I are DMing in the background, like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Right? Yeah. Like,
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Yeah. We're also very glad that you made it in the first place and gave us the opportunity to do this, because we learned so much over the 2 years we've been working on this, and it's just been amazing. Almost really sad that we will need to wait like a year or two till we can go on with Tamberlane again, because until chapter 5 is done. Yeah, which is actually the next question I wanted to ask you, because people also keep asking that, like, oh, how long is it until chapter 5 will be done, and and also how many chapters will there be in total? It's also like one question I get asked all the time, so might give it to you as well.
I would say we are still within the first quarter of chapter 5.
Chapter 5 is huge.
Yeah, we're not positive because we are actually in the middle of like reworking it again, and so I couldn't tell you for certain how long it's going to be, but I would expect a couple of years at least. As for number of chapters, we are kind of, in theory, maybe aiming for 12, but we are not looking to limit ourselves. So
yeah, whatever the story.
maybe?
We basically, the kind of way we look at it is, it's really important that we don't extend the comic past what is necessary to tell a good story, but also that we don't arbitrarily cut ourselves up for some like number that we think is important, because there's no like number that's relevant to the Tamberlane series, like, oh, the magical number 12 or something. So it can be whatever we want it to be, really, but 12 is kind of where it seems like the arc makes sense to be about that long, which means that we theoretically would have 3 arcs, right? Arc 1, Arc 2, Arc 3, where Arc 1 was introduction, Act 2 is rising action, Act 3 is climax and resolution. Hard to say that's exactly what we'll do, but that's kind of where our heads are at right now. So there's much more Tamberlane to come. Many, many years of Tamberlane to come.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to read it and can't wait to work on the dub.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah.
It'll be a while. I just wanted to say, what great of an opportunity all of this is. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for Tamberlane, if it wasn't for him to bring all of us together, I never would have considered like picking up voice acting again, and a lot of people wouldn't have ever considered doing voice acting at all. And here we are, you know, not tooting our own horn too much, but I think I'm just extremely proud of how far we've come, and that you have given us the opportunity to do this, and for you to give us such great material to work with, because we have to like aim to measure up to that quality, right? So we try to make it as emotionally resonant as possible, music and all also.
Have you read my script? Because that's one of the questions I was gonna ask, which is it's perfect. It's perfect. So it's like a perfect segue to the next thing.
I'm glad. Thank
because I was gonna ask like all the actors who are here and talking today, like how did this voice acting thing, like how did the Tamberlane dub like impact your journey as a voice actor? I know at least some people never voice acted before and are now considering doing it professionally because they got the opportunity to do it here, and some people already were professional before and just lended their voices to us, which was really great. So yeah, maybe some of you guys wanna chip in with how this whole thing impacted your personal journey as a voice actor. Does anyone wanna say something about that?
I can start quickly. So yeah, basically, because of this, I am actually considering doing this professionally in a couple of years. I am spending a lot of time during the week with voice coaches. Shout out to Doug Cockle, voice of Geralt in the Witcher series, who's coaching me currently. Thank you all for the work. And yeah, this has absolutely changed what I do in my past time. It's basically this and D&D. You know, I've almost stopped playing games in my free time. I'm just like doing Polish fan dubs and just sending castings to whatever I can.
A lot of voice actors love D&D.
It's what got me started. Yeah.
Oh my god, did someone say D&D? D&D is awesome.
Hell yeah, D&D.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I have
There
more
we
than
go.
100 dice. I'm a dice goblin.
Oh my god.
My dream is that eventually, once there's enough wide world building for it to really work, I would love to see like a D&D system in the Tamberlane universe. It's like I love that sort of thing. I would love to see what that would look like.
Hell yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
so,
else?
Just to.
This is what happens when you bring up D&D.
Yeah, with voice actors.
Because it's bad discussion, or just because I know exactly what happens. I mean, we'll just be discussing D&D for an hour if we just let it.
Yeah.
Nothing bad with D&D.
It's the Pandora's box.
I have to say, when I first started the whole getting into the voice acting, honestly, this was during a time where I kind of already did voice acting, but it was more of like a private thing. Like, I didn't think anybody would want to, hear me try to do voices. But then, obviously, I heard about, the whole casting for the characters, and so I definitely want to do more voice acting as time goes on. I think for me, it's just a matter of where to go, who's gonna be able to kind of like lend an ear or some like advice to teach me, because I would love to just continue this and continue doing voices.
Yeah, especially with you in particular, I wanted to say it's like great how you can change your voice because you speak like Nora, who's like this middle-aged mom character, and you also did the voice for her baby for Parker, and like both really good, and it's like really versatile. It's really great.
It's such a great range. Oh my gosh.
I always find it funny because like every time I do that, I go from like such an adult voice to something really small and cute. It always throws people off, and they're like, "Wait, what happened? Whose child is this?"
Especially sometimes you really recorded them back to back, like in the same scene while you're basically talking to each other. You record Nora and Parker at the same time. That's like really amazing.
It was always fun though.
Anyone else want to talk about their voice acting?
Yeah,
journey
I'll
with
go next.
Tamberlane?
Yeah, Tamberlane was actually one of the first voice acting gigs I ever got, and it's still by far one of the proudest ones. I'm so honored to get a role as juicy as Kerr so early on, and
Knocked it out
yeah,
the
I'm
park
in this
there.
for the long haul. Yeah, fantastic role. And yeah, and I'm in this for the long haul. Like I want to pay the bills doing this because I love doing it, and I'm happy to be a part of this journey with all of you.
Awesome.
You're crazy good to work with. Like, you work with Razor, and he's in the booth, and he gets, like, all the lines right in one try. It's crazy. You can tell he's experienced.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's true.
That really means a lot, you guys.
Okay, maybe
Hi, Perry.
maybe now we have Kerr, now we have her sidekick, his sidekick.
My own jerk. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on. Can we make some space here?
Yeah,
You hear that, mate?
I mentioned this earlier, but like I said, for me, voice acting was always just a thing that, you know, when you're a kid, not everything you want to do is obviously the thing you really should be doing. But there's, you know, when you have a lot of big dreams as a child, as a lot of them do, there's some of them that just kind of feel like right, you know, like they feel like they just stick through your different life phases. As you get older and you stop wanting to be the Pope or a ballerina or something, you're just still like, but I still want to do that voice acting thing though. Like I still do. I would read a lot of books out loud to my own like parents. You know, they wouldn't read to me when I was old enough. I would read to them because I was like, yeah, but doing the voices is fun. And like I said, this was so important to me just to be able to finally commit more because I've always been meaning to, and then I held myself back, or life held me back, or just things where you feel like, oh, but art, you know, is so good, but does it pay the bills, you know? But at the same time, I recall this like just a quick sidebar that I thought was really inspirational, at least for me. A convention I was the panel host of, we had comic artist Andy Price as a special guest. You might be familiar. He drew, for instance, a bunch of the My Little Pony comics. And he told the story of how he committed to doing art. He was originally worked in a library, and it was paying okay, but it wasn't, you know, the thing he wanted to do. And he said there is that point in your life where you have to commit one way or the other, because to really make it, so to speak, you need to do it full time. He said that's the scariest part, but it is the most important part, because you're never going to have that full fulfillment if you feel like I want to do this, but I'm only doing it like a little itty bitty on the side, maybe, because then you can't really put your whole passion into it. I guess that's where I'm at. So this very long-winded answer is just, this really means a lot to me, because this literally is finally a really important stepping stone on actually being like, hey, I'm not gonna hold myself back anymore. I'm gonna just not just live stream sometimes or host panels sometimes. Those are all great things and I love doing them, but what I want to do is voice acting. And if someone gives me a chance, like Voltaire did, saying, hey, you want to audition, you want to do this, even when I'm full of self-doubt and full of constantly thinking, oh, but am I good enough for this, or is this right, really, it cannot be overstated how much that means to me. And I think the fact that I'm rambling about it should tell you how much it means to me. So absolutely extremely important. No matter how far I go, I want to go the distance. I want to keep auditioning. I want to keep honing my craft. I want to keep getting better and better as much as I can. But I will never be in a position where I'll be like, yeah, but Tamberlane wasn't important for that. No matter how far I go, it'll always have been that super important step for me. So cannot overstate how much I enjoy being on this. Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us. It was like really scary to ask you, because I was like, oh, she's so famous. I was like,
even know about that.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, yeah, might as well ask her, and I'm really glad I did. It's really doing a great job.
I mean, Caitlin, you have a background with the ponies as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So you understand what position I'm in. I guess I can just reveal this. I promise not a humble brag. It's just, you know, I guess for the context. I'm one of the founding members of GalaCon in Germany, which is the
nice.
That's so cool.
longest still ongoing European Friendship is Magic convention, I suppose. And
Yeah, it's always been funny to me that Caitlin and I both found each other later through webcomics, but I did music as a My Little Pony. I did My Little Pony music, and
Yep,
she
I
did My Little
remember.
Pony
Oh yeah.
art.
know you.
This is so cool. It's like
I did My Little Pony music too. I was in a My Little Pony themed heavy metal band.
Was it
called
Nay
Equestrian
Slayer?
Lord. Equestrian Lord.
Also good, but my
I
favorite.
heard of you guys. That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
But sorry, I didn't
Those
mean
were
to
good
interrupt.
times.
You were saying as well about the Galcon?
Yeah, I was just saying like that's I guess and how I'm very very privileged and lucky that from that I kind of stumbled into it, as it often is with convention things. You kind of don't plan to just do that. Usually it's like some people were like, hey, you want to help out with this convention we want to do? I'm like, yeah, but just a little. And watch me now, 10 years later, I still am the panel host of Galacon. I haven't done the staffing in a while because it was a lot. But I still do this, and so as a result, I guess Voltaire was starstruck, even though for me there was literally no reason to be. I'm just a dingus who stands on a stage and sells hats. It's like, it's just a thing I started doing.
And
But
Fanta.
but I guess it's like the same again with the acting, is that when you don't give it a chance, as silly as it might seem at the time to you maybe, then you won't find out that you love actually doing it. So I'm really glad he didn't think, oh, she's too cool, because I promise you I'm not cool. Not at all. I'm just a dingus like the rest of everybody. Jesus.
I think we all have a background in pony.
A lot of us
I was about to say
like,
D&D and ponies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
You
I
know,
do.
it's so funny that y'all
Yes,
say that.
the two major food groups. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Legit, it's so funny that y'all say that, because who remembers Tumblr days?
I sure do.
Oh,
I
me.
still am
Me,
on
me, me.
Tumblr. What are you
Bro.
talking about?
I'm literally
I
browsing
used
Tumblr the
to.
second.
I used to do a what do you call it? I think it's called like a comic ask blog
Yeah.
of like
I did
several
too.
characters. I had, what is it? I had Nurse Tenderheart, I had Ask Nevermore, and I had Ask Gigglebug, which was actually inspired by my nephew who is deaf with cochlear implants.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
Tumblr
That's
Pon
cool.
days are
That's
still
cool.
here.
We're the freaking Ask Blog trio. I had my OC. You had Human Discord.
Yeah.
Sorry, do you
Oh
want
my
to
gosh,
do it?
yes.
It's fine. No, it's not. It's just
Okay,
just
good.
yeah, those were the days.
Alright. I had it around the. I had the blog around the same time though. We could have met.
Yeah, as was the style at the time. That's just what I love, is I'm very glad that you didn't think that I'm too important to talk to, because then I would have missed out on all of this, and that would have been a really dang shame. So please, remember, we're all just the same kind of lovable idiots.
We have the same origin. It's all pony. It's like.
I think it was also because some friend asked you to if you wanted to voice act for some advertisement for him, I think.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh hey, I also have something you could voice act in it. Then that's kind of how it went down. But yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, is Orlando here by any chance, or is he somewhere outside?
He just went to fetch a drink. Bring him in.
Oh, okay, sure.
Hey, Orlando.
Because so does any of the voice actors still want to talk about their journey? Because otherwise, you might move on.
Orlando, you're being requested. You're important.
I'm being summoned.
Just don't sit on the ukulele.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh well. Right, actually, we can. Well, do we have the thing here? Because one thing I still wanted to. Yeah, I think sit.
Yes,
over.
that's
Yeah.
why I left. I
Yes,
vacated
so
the
good.
position for.
Right. Keyboard is fine. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
So yes, because I wanted to put the question to Ari in particular, because
Sure.
you're kind of a music guy. I think you attend music school as well at this moment. I think something was there. Well, at least you make music, and you're a music guy.
Yes.
And yeah, so I wanted to ask you in particular what you thought about the music of the dub, especially Chapter 4 right now, because, and that's why I also got Orlando on stage here, because he's our music guy. So I just wanted to see you guys talk about it a bit. So.
Well, I can immediately say, as someone who has done soundtracks and directed music for a long time, that the highest honor that I think a person who makes a soundtrack can receive, which I can give, is that very quickly there's a thing that happens when a soundtrack is very good, where you don't physically think about it, but emotionally feel it, and you're like, oh my god, that's hitting. And I think that you achieved that. I think that it was really. You said it was your first time doing a soundtrack for a project like this?
Chapter 3 was, yeah.
That's amazing because it's like
Yeah, thank you.
your voices obviously are important to bring to life the comic, but I think people underestimate how important music is, and I think that it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, chapter 3 already was, but like you knocked it out of the park with the soundtrack on this. It was absolutely amazing.
So glad.
No, it's. Since I'm a musical person, when I'm writing, I often kind of in my head will like kind of like, oh, I wonder what the song would sound like during the scene. So I'm like, oh, this is like. But yeah, it was wonderful. I loved it. It brought so much to it, and
yeah, thank you so
I'm
much.
just really. I have so many scenes coming up chapter 5 and 6 that I'm just like envisioning your music on, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be in my head the whole time I'm writing.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm
lots of
on
emotional
par
stuff.
with the pages on chapter 5 almost. I think maybe one or 2 weeks, maybe 1 or 2 pages maybe are missing in my mind. But yeah, it's very very interesting. The next chapter, I can see it already. Very many things are kind of taking place that that will probably take place, and they. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, it's really intense, and I think the music is gonna need some sophistication there, like kind of, because there's a lot of complex things that are being talked about, especially the one scene that I really liked so far from chapter 5 is the conversation between Briar and Belfry. Yeah, that was really
When I was in Washington, in Seattle, with Caitlin working on the signings for the Kickstarter we did for the book. We would sit there for like hours just planning out meticulously every line of that conversation. It's been really important, and that's another example of why the voicing and the music and everything is so cool. Is that like you can put as much effort as you can into making the writing good, but it's not until you see someone like read it and you have like the music and the emotional swell of it that you can be like, okay, yeah, this is this. It kind of it's very validating as a writer to see that.
Oh, wow! Thing is, I'm also working on a comic right now, and it's like, I kind of can approximate what this like feels like. It's like very. It's something validating about it, right? Like something inside you just hits. Like either I don't know, like I don't know. I can only approximate that feeling.
It was
Must
very
be
interesting.
crazy for you.
Talking about the complexity, I have to say that not only did I compose much more music for chapter 4 than chapter 3, but it was so much more complex. It took this twists and turns. The last piece was the second part of Ivan Saves the Town, of the bedtime story, and it was so complex because things happening. He's chatting with his teacher and his co-students, and then there's suddenly this monster appears, and what do I do? How do I find a transition to this, and how do I then find this is all happened so quickly, and I think I'm very happy with what it came out in the end. Was interesting.
Stings are. I did a horror movie soundtrack, and stings are hard. Like the scary music type thing. I'm like, uh-oh.
You rocked it though.
No,
With
it was
the
great.
Ivan music. It was so good.
I have to say, as Belfry, we did that scene. I think we recorded it twice, in like both times in one go, and it felt really weird to be doing this scene, but then watching it on the screen with all the music and the sound effects and everything, it was totally different. It was crazy. So I enjoyed that a lot. It makes a real big difference. And I just coming back to what Ari was saying about writing these dialogue scenes and talking about all the difference. Like I think the Belfry and Tess discussions, which they've gone backwards and forwards and shouting at each other, has been some of the funnest scenes to record. Absolutely. But yeah, anyway, back to the music. Thanks, Orlando.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Friska and of course Ari. Like when we did the recordings for, especially for Nora, I know that we did it a couple of times, but then when the music was added to it, it just really hit home. And then the scene where they all had to get the kids out of the water, I had chills. I'm not gonna lie, I had absolute chills.
I chills myself at some point. chills myself.
I think that was your favorite, right?
Yes, it's my favorite, but Ivan's Saves the Town Part 2 comes really close. Or is it? It's hard to choose. I'm not the guy to choose. Difficult for me. That was really fun to work on that. And for chapter 3, the talk between Tess and, help me with the names, Belfry, the quarrel before that was emotionally pretty straightforward. That's what I mean by complexity. It's chapter 4 for the scenes that I wrote music was so many twists and turns that was really a challenge.
Yeah, what I wanted to say earlier is, since we talked about like scary music, I really my favorite part of the chapter, even with the music, is the ghost stories. Like every part, the part from where Piper is doing talking to her recruits, hyping up for a mission, and then they go in and she tells the story about the Phantom Wagon with the really awesome piece by Orlando here, and then the bats who are like one-upping her again and talking this epic story and the epic music. It's just it's giving goosebumps every time. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put that in my playlist for sure when the soundtrack comes out. So we're actually gonna release the soundtrack on YouTube starting today. Like half an hour, the first piece should be coming out, and then we're gonna release one piece of music every day until Christmas. So 24 pieces all coming out.
Advent calendar.
Yes, advent calendar of music. That's gonna be.
So keep your.
That's so cool.
I also want to add to that, my favorite piece, like all of them were great, but my favorite piece in terms of like the impact was definitely the underscoring of Ivan Saves the Town. Because it went from like, oh, it's so cute, here's the little mole, and he cares about his grandpa, and then as the mood just slowly shifts, and it just gets more and more like, oh, this is not a nice kid story, this is just propaganda.
Yeah.
This is kind of sinister, really. He nailed that so well. Orlando, big ups on that. I really love that slow transition from the this is a little kid's book to this is a little kid's book that tells the kids the bad stuff.
Yeah, I know you really struggled with this.
It was great.
It was not for no reason the last piece, because I had an idea for the second I started some lonely trumpet with some drums, and I thought, okay, this is like the mood I imagined at one point, but I had to redo it. It was so, my ideas were so fragmented that it's hard to describe. My approaches are often very trial and error, and then I tried this. Okay, I can carry over this music box sound into the second part and like arrange everything around it, and then the trumpet stuck to, and so I composed everything around that, and then I got a little inspiration from Indiana Jones soundtrack, I can say, with these stabbing trumpets or horns or euphoniums in the band, and had to finish that similarly like that. And if you pay attention, the rhythm at the end, at the beginning and the end of this second part at least, I'm in sync with the clock. Just a little. It's not an Easter egg. It's just a little detail.
Awesome.
That's brilliant.
Any more? Is that enough for the music? Or?
No, I just was asking.
Yeah, if you have any questions, I would like to know if you guys have any more kind of input for the music, or like, I'm not sure what the next.
Yeah, just does anybody have anything more to say about the music? Any comments or questions or?
Like,
because if not, I don't have any particular thing written
It
down
rocked,
anymore,
mate.
except the the reveal of the next project we're gonna be working on. So, well,
Very
we were
exciting.
supposed to have the intro animation ready to show it today, and unfortunately, we couldn't finish it in time. So, I'm just gonna have to say what we're gonna be working on next, and it's gonna be the comic Supercell by B&B Rice, who I think you already worked with him because with B&B because he worked on your animation actually.
Yeah, he was
And-
one of the storyboarders, I
Yes,
think.
he also worked on Lackadaisy as an animator, and
Cleanup animator. Yeah.
Cleanup animator, yeah, exactly. And we're gonna do his comic, which actually is return to the roots for us because we already Supercell is the comic with which we actually started off. So that's the very first thing we tried out in 2019.
Oh, that's great.
I saw this comic for the first time. Was like, oh, this is really good. There's definitely a dub for it because I'm really lazy about reading. So I was like, I wanna listen to a dub, and I realized there is no dub. And so that's actually how the whole thing started. I just wanted to try making a dub for Supercell, and that's how I started. Got people on board, and yeah, at some point we switched to Tamberlane. And now, since we are done with Tamberlane and we have gained so much experience, we want to go back to Supercell and make it like a really, really great thing out of it, and give the comic the dub it deserves, I think. So
Yeah.
That is awesome. You guys are gonna knock it out of the park.
I can't wait.
Well,
yeah.
here you can't miss out the story about the Supercell first dub.
Sorry, what was that?
You can't miss the story of the Supercell first dub on the one you did yourself.
I
I
didn't,
didn't understand that.
You have to. She wants you to discuss the very first by yourself.
Oh, the very first. Yeah, of course I have to say that. Because we literally 2019, as I already said, it was like, oh, there is no dub. I wanted to be a dub, so why don't I do it myself? So basically, what I did is I picked up my gaming headset and just sat down and started recording every single character by myself. So the very first dub of Supercell I did was just all on my own, doing all the different characters, adding the sound effects, adding the editing and everything. And you can still find it on YouTube if you want. It's of course the quality is as you expect with no experience, crappy headphone mic, and just doing all the voices by one guy with no experience. So it sounds as you imagine, but it's where you start. So basically, if you ever think you can't do a thing because you're not good enough or whatever, then just compare that video to chapter 4 of Tamberlane, and you see what all you can do in just 4 years of just improving and work and getting together with people and who are excited about what you are excited about and just working together to make something great.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we can't wait to see where we go from here until we can continue with Tamberlane chapter 5. So yeah.
Woohoo!
Do we
And
wanna...
you have?
I have
Sure, if you
I don't really have questions. I don't know. I wanted to kind of, I don't know if I may, but I just kind of wanted to ask you, like, some general impressions that you had when we decided to first dub your comic. And yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really have any question. I'm just like kind of interested to hear your perspective on this.
Yeah.
For me,
You
it
got
was
all.
very oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Since I only joined in chapter 4, for me it was like I was just a fan of them for the first 3. Though by the time 3 was coming along, I already knew that I was gonna be working on it, but I hadn't written for 3 at the time. I've done edits since then, but 4 was the first chapter, like I said, that I was a part of. So, it was it was a weird perspective for me because I came in like already being like, oh yeah, the Spotted Marten dubs, and now it's like, wait, they're dubbing me now. Whoa! So yeah, it's such an honor. It's surreal. It's like just the most validating and wonderful thing to see people enjoying the work you work on. But yeah, I don't hear Caytlin's thoughts because Caytlin, you were there from the beginning. You were there the whole time.
No, I wasn't.
Caytlin didn't write chapter 1.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. The big reveal.
Oh, no, Ghost Rider. No, I was very flattered and like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Somebody wants to dub the thing. And like there had been some other like smaller dubs before. Carrie was part of one of them. Did an excellent job as Tess. But
Gracias.
you are very welcome. And but nobody had really sat down to be like, I'm gonna do the whole thing. And so I was like, well, I'll believe it when I see it. And then I had to believe it. And you guys did so good, and especially over the course of you guys working on all these chapters, your skills have just skyrocketed. It's been so good watching you guys improve and learn, and I am still absolutely flattered to have been a medium, a stepping stone in your guys' professional journeys.
Definitely. Yeah. So, what's going on? All right. There's some stuff going on right here. But yeah, thank you. I think chapter 4 is also, like, personally, chapter 4 was the most fun I had to work on because the emotions suddenly got a lot more complex. And I was like really pleased with where Tamberlane was going because my favorite part of voice acting is shouting, as you can probably tell with Piper a lot of the time. So like when Tamberlane shouted, I was like, okay, I used to have trouble differentiating between voices because at first I was like going, okay, they're both kids, but that's not really the direction that you're supposed to go. It's like different people, right? So I think I had a lot of fun, and I hope that it kind of shone through in the performance. That I could kind of do the characters justice, especially because I was really unsure at first. Now I'm like my abilities, especially since it's getting affirmed a lot, and yeah, that's fun.
I thought you did a fantastic job, especially in chapter 4. You really brought your A game, and it did come across that you were having a lot of fun with it.
Thank you. It means so much coming from you.
Oh yeah, you're really natural, I must say. Like when you first started, I think recording for Dr. Saren in Supercell, it was like from the get go, it was like so good, and you just improved more and more over time. Yeah.
Like, I just want to say it's all because I was kind of there in the My Little Pony scene, and then we just sort of kind of crossed paths, and then you happened to like do this dub, and you're like so kind. I really gotta drive that point. Yeah. I really owe all of this.
Yeah, it's great. I really love that everybody can try it basically, and that's also the bit of the soul of this whole thing, that we just came together as friends and just asked everyone, hey, are you interested in that? And if you're excited about voice acting, then you can really do something great really quickly. You just need the right spirit, and then you can go there. And which is why auditions for Supercell, by the way, are open right now. So if you're interested in trying voice acting ever, or just want to try it, or already are a voice actor and want to contribute your voice, you can just join our Discord and audition for Supercell right now if you want.
Exactly, here in this channel.
And even most of the roles for Supercell are actually paid. For the first time, we actually have to have the money from YouTube to pay people. Yeah. So if you want
finally
get some money in voice acting and get the voice out there, then just join our Discord and sign up. And I think now we can also take some questions from the chat. If anyone who's watching the live stream on YouTube right now wants to ask any of us, or Caytlin or Ari or anyone, some questions, then please ask something, and we'll take a few questions and answer them.
Actually, there's like so much that I would like to ask Kate and Ari, but it's like it's all coming so fast. Like I was like almost crying because I was so happy that chapter 4 is doing so well with the people, and that everything is finished, and I'm just like kind of this wave of relief came over me, and now I'm just like yes, I have to host this with Bolt. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things shooting through my head right now.
Yeah. We are more making videos, not making live streams, but I think we got it. We got the whole thing set up. After a few minutes.
You did a great job.
Yeah. Anyway.
After the mic problems that were present, I think now it's fine.
Yeah. All right. So one question from Popping Cheddar is, how many bloopers are there? Assuming there are.
Yeah.
Yes, there are,
There
a
are
bunch
some.
of bloopers. Some bloopers over time also get like made into memes as well. But yeah, actually I cut out a few bloopers during the editing process, and maybe I'll actually do like a small blooper reel at some point. Haven't thought about it yet, but why not?
I'm actually looking right now to see if I still have my Kerr bloopers.
I know we definitely like just like as context, as bullies, you know, the bully gang, yeah. We
Bully gang.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bully gang. We recorded
Hashtag bully gang.
together, which was an absolute blast
Oh,
and joy
God,
to
yes.
do.
Oh my
We were
god,
all-
that must have been.
I was at the booth at Voltaire's house, and my wonderful Jonas and my wonderful Kerr, you know, my fellow own jerks were were connected via voice call, so we all just did our stuff together, which really just gave it so much more cohesion and energy together. Like we really had there was instant chemistry in my mind. Like I immediately had so much fun with Budget Magician and Razor Wolf here. Like it was amazing, and I think we
Acting
just did
opposite
a lot
everyone
of
like that.
blah blah together. Like when we bloopered by ourselves, just as we were just faffing about. I'm sure there's some stuff you kept from that, right? I hope you did, Voltaire. Please, that was so much fun to just mess around.
Sorry, I was just looking at the chat for a second.
Just saying, you kept some of the bully gang just messing around, just saying stupid crap
like
into
all the
mics.
raw recordings are all available if somebody wants to look through it, and also some bloopers I already cut out during the editing process.
We did a lot of we messed around a lot. It was just too much fun to just tap into that mindset of just being like a trio of troublemakers. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know what? You know who did that Tamberlane intro animation? Was it Ashley Nichols?
Sorry, which one do you mean? Do you mean the one we used for
The-
chapter 4?
No, just the animation that.
Oh yeah, that
the animation
was
Ashley.
yeah, Ashley Nichols' studio. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be hilarious if she like animated a blooper reel or something.
Well, you can ask her.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
You could do animatics actually. Animations themselves are like lots of work, but animatics are always fun to watch.
Animatics, yeah.
I think that there's two bloopers I know right now. One is like Meili, the voice of Milo.
Yeah.
He was just like really craving pizza, and we were like, okay, let's finish this recording, and then we can have pizza. And he's like, oh, I don't want, I don't know, something. Yeah, Milo was asking for something in the comic, and he was like, I don't want this, I want pizza. Stuff like that. and also there was Krutski, who was like saying a line.
Voice of Jason.
Yes, voice of Jason, exactly. And he was saying a line like, oh yeah, let's do this. Why do I sound like that? It's like without pause, it's just like trailing off. Why do I sound like that? And stuff like that. Yeah.
Then there's for me, I remember like as Piper, I'm just goofing off. Like I'm not sure. I don't really have any notable bloopers as Piper, but as Tamberlane, my voice cracked a lot, and there was this part where I went like, "Love you too, mommy." Oh my god, that sounded horrible. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So any more bloopers? I would go on to the next question.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have a whole wave file of Kerr bloopers.
I actually I actually remember several times when I know that you guys kept coming to me like, "Hey, CV, we might need you to re-say this because you said a word wrong," and I was like, "Wait, I did," and I always found it funny because like as I'm listening, I didn't think I said it wrong, but then after a while, I was like, "Oh, there it is." Oh God.
Yeah, I keep saying a word wrong, and that particular word is Tamberlane, which is slightly difficult for the comic. I think we've had about every recording session I do, there's at least one time where somebody goes, "No, it's not that. It's Tamberlane. It's not Tamberlane. It's not Tamberlane. It's Tamberlane."
I was like Chamberlain somehow. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't really have anything in mind. I know that I just goof off a lot as Piper. There's not really bloopers. Yes, but she's blooper energy.
She just embodies bloopers.
Exactly.
Exactly. She's a running blooper. Yeah.
On 2 legs.
If you consider a blooper to be a thing that you shouldn't have said because it didn't come out right, then yeah, that's Piper all the time.
Rude.
But it's true.
It's not.
It's too.
I'm not gonna argue with a person like that. I'm too
Whoa.
good for you.
No, who is being rude?
Talk to the hand. Talk to the
Now, kid.
Hi, hand. Don't
Settle
you agree that
down.
Piper is really rude?
Slaps you.
You're all so funny.
We tried.
I would like to join as Penny, but I don't know if I can. I'm a little bit sick.
As Penny. Yeah.
I'm Penny, yeah. Piper, get her! Slap her in the face!
Quite all right. You can sit in the corner until you feel better. It's quite all right.
Miss
The
Twisha,
multi-stool.
cookie, please.
Yes, you can have all the cookies in the world, even my black and heart melts for you.
Even Piper loves Parker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You really, really sound like a little kid when you do that. It's incredible.
So cute. Oh my god.
You know, they often say that, people with feminine voices tend to be good at sounding like little boys because, you haven't had the puberty yet, so you can still do that more high-pitched stuff. But admittedly, I've tried, at least so far, I haven't cracked the code, and you just seem to do it effortlessly. I'm amazed. I need to learn from you how to sound like a little child.
I'm not cute. I'm ferocious. I do the girl.
Oh my
Actually,
gosh.
I just saw someone in the Discord chat actually ask, "Will there be a Piper podcast?" And that reminded me about this one thing you did at one point, because for chapter 1 I did what was it called, the time lapse of the editing, and for the thumbnail I put like weird red arrows and ghosts over there, like made a parody of thumbnails, and then somebody commented, "Oh, Tamberlane has YouTube." Or something like that, or Twitter has YouTube, and then you made like a Piper recording of like standard YouTuber apology and stuff like that, and that was so funny. That was so amazing. We should release that at some point.
Oh god.
I can
Oh
redo
no.
that.
Oh
sure,
no.
yeah.
Is
That was
that what
so
the
funny.
ukulele is for? No.
No.
Ukulele down.
I'm sorry. It entered my brain.
I can do that.
It entered
Actually.
my brain. Just imagine Piper with the ukulele just doing a very insincere little song about how she's totally sorry for causing
Toxic
trouble.
gossip train.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
But
not
it's
going
I think
so
the
Piper,
real
it's so
question
Piper.
is,
No.
I think the real question here is, will there be a bully gang podcast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god, yeah, totally. Like, just think about all the cool takes that the trio has on all the things.
take.
Most things they don't
Be
know
at the
what
first
they mean.
episode back. The first episode back after the river incident. It's like, so there's only going to be 2 of us today.
But we're still sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
Parker
Don't
podcast.
forget Grammarly.
Yes. Parker podcast. Yes.
Sponsored by a
talk
life
about
jacket.
Pokemon
Sponsored by a
Go.
life jacket company.
Oh no.
Okay,
Parker's
so
podcast is sponsored by Manscaping.
And we talk about all the different types of cookies.
Just
Sponsors are very important. Get the money.
Just think about it though, like most of these creatures are completely covered in fur. If anyone could advertise Dollar Shave Club, it'd be them.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm so glad
My
that we
God, you're
went,
so right.
went there at this topic.
Those are the important questions.
Look, if seriously, if someone paid Piper to just talk a lot about whatever enters her mind, she would do it. She would become a professional podcast. Every episode would be 5 hours long. She'd do it.
Absolutely.
If there's anyone who loves
Piper.
hearing herself talk about all
yeah.
the things ever, it is Piper.
Oh yeah.
Most likely to podcast.
I can see that. I would totally watch it.
First episode would be like 72 hours long,
We also
just
had
nonstop.
ideas. Can I say Tamberlane Among Us play through or like
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
session playing together.
Yeah, exactly. Like in character.
Oh,
That would
please,
be
can we? That would be so
incredible.
great.
Fun.
I have so many ideas for that.
Caitlin, would you approve of us, stabbing each other in character?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I endorse this.
Is this a good use of your IP?
Yes.
Awesome.
But then,
But who would want to stab Parker?
No.
She would be the one
He's
to
too young
survive.
to play. No.
No.
Nora has to
Oh.
play.
No.
Nora has to play, and Nora is probably gonna be secretly like really good at it, but she pretends like, oh no, I'm just a lovely little mom. I'm just really nice. But
No. Then she's the imposter, and then at the end she takes off her mask, and it was Parker all along.
There you
Oh
go.
damn! Oh damn!
That would be such a good idea.
You're
Though.
giving us ideas.
Yeah.
Great, this is all recorded.
Oh god. Yeah, we should do it. Oh, I would. I just feel like if I should do it in character, that would mean Kira's probably terrible at it. She's not exactly subtle. Like, she's not exactly stealthy. Like, she managed to come up with the ghost thing, but that mainly worked because everyone was distracted. I'm not sure that would hold up if she was told, like, here, okay, you now have to be undetected by everybody, including Piper, who's the nosiest creature to have ever lived. I don't know, I would probably get got in like 3 seconds. Ha! I got you, you imposter!
Like, Piper would be the most, like, condescending. She would, like... she would be the most condescending. She would constantly like
call
frame.
meetings.
She would constantly be the one to push the button.
Yeah, just like, oh, did we find a body? No, but I needed to tell you my most recent theory on who the imposter is.
You want my role? You're like, button. Okay, guys, meeting. This is. I have a hot theory, guys. It's Anthony. Throw him out.
Is this an actual meeting or just a Piper meeting?
It's an Anthony.
Alright, guys.
I just.
Sorry.
Sorry, small thing. Just for Kira, she doesn't need to worry when the imposters are very like direct. That it's sorry. Then it's funny when you're not the imposter and everyone still thinks that you're the imposter because Kira is just. She's her.
Yes.
So no worries.
It sounds
That's
like
all I
there's-
wanted to say.
There's some demand for this, so maybe we'll set it up at some point.
Yes,
Could definitely
Caitlin
be
gave
fun.
her blessing, so
Oh, yeah.
she says this is a good use of her IP.
It's a good use of the IP.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's important.
It would be
just-
so trendy, y'all, because that's what the kids click on the YouTubes these days. I'm told.
Yes, I wanted to say a small hello from Teddy, who is also called Buttered Magician, who is the voice of Jonas.
Jonas,
not Jason, so I don't mix it up. Jonas, the little raccoon boy.
oh boy.
Yes, and he can't be here right now, sadly, but he. I asked him if he wants to give us a message, and he said, "Hello world," or just a thank you to Ari and Kate for making such a great comic. P.S.
Oh.
Hope you enjoyed the evil laugh.
The evil laugh was so good.
Aw.
So good.
You really did sound
Yeah.
like you were gonna choke yourself to death for a sec there.
Yes.
So that's a compliment.
Yeah, the voice he gave to Jonas, I think, is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah.
It really was. I actually was giggling at it.
Very fitting. Very fitting to the character.
Nerdy little stooge.
Mhm.
All right. Also, we have some more questions in the chat. One of them is from Samuel Trusik. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Are there going to be any Tamberlane conventions in Europe in the foreseeable future?
Wow.
Well, I mean, I guess you would have to start in the US at some point, probably. I mean, unless we want to set one up.
Tamberlane convention is extraordinarily unlikely, so I wouldn't say in the foreseeable future.
Let's start with a
Unless you
meetup,
mean
you know? Let's start small.
Oh yeah, we
Now-
can call this one the first Tamberlane convention.
A Tamberlane panel at a furry convention now.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
more
we already
doable.
did that. So.
We sort of did that.
Kinda,
I mean,
Yeah.
as a spot at Marten,
Yeah, it
but
was-
obviously, Caitlin and Ari. I don't. Think
we
that you
are
can-
looking at getting back into conventions this year or next year. I'm not certain how that's going to go on my end, but at the very least, I may be sending Ari out into the wild. So we'll see
The
how things shake out. I
ambassador.
don't want to make.
If you're planning to go to Anthrocon, then please tell us because we are going to Anthrocon. At least Perry,
I will let you know.
myself, and Inventor. So it would be really awesome to meet you. So
It would be.
Crikey,
Hell
there
yeah.
goes a wild Ari. Don't move. It smells fear.
so now you have to go to Anthrocon. Just telling you.
Duly
no,
noted.
they moved. Oh, it smelled off here. Never mind.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, it's just
What's the
whenever
next
someone
question?
is like, "Oh, we should start a convention." I'm sorry, I just sort of get flashbacks, you know.
God, I bet.
I've been there, no, don't pull me back in. No, let's start with a panel. I would love that though, to be honest.
Oh yeah, be awesome.
We need to promote more. You know, there's so much incredible furry fandom created original work. I just really think like that's the problem. Sometimes there's so much of it that sometimes people don't hear about it. So I always think conventions are a fantastic way to have like a panel where you give insight and promote yourself at the same time. So I would be a big fan of any sort of panel, even if I couldn't attend, just record it. It would be good.
I could definitely see a panel that's like how to bring comics to life through voice dubbing, because there's a lot of free web comics that don't have voice dubs, and there's a lot of people who want to be voice actors, and it could be cool to do a panel discussing the
That's what we
transition
did.
and how you guys took.
That's what we did.
We
at,
did it
at
on
Eurofern.
EF this year, yes.
Yeah.
You
in
can actually
September.
see it on
Oh,
our.
cool!
You can actually see it on our channel if you want. The what is on there. Yeah.
I have to watch that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's fun. I wonder what what else we can like do with this, and like next thought was obviously Among Us. Oh yeah, we've arrived there. But like yeah, it was very nice to do this panel. It was also my first time paneling, and I did read off a lot of my script, so you know it was a little awkward, but I think we all did like really well for our first time.
It was a well-received panel. The room was pretty full. A lot
Yeah.
of people wanted to participate since we did a little, you know, DIY section where people could participate in a little, you know, little fan comic we provided. That, by the way, Budget Magician drew. Hey, Jonas, you the best.
It was very cool.
And so people could, you know, audition for like a little role in a really little like comedic little segment on Piper staging a little play, because of course she would. So you have the meta level, but also just the fun of using it to demonstrate how you can get into this. And I think we should definitely be doing that on different conventions again, because I think
agree.
Sure.
it definitely was well received and people had fun, which was the important thing.
I'm sorry, Perry. Do you want to come up here?
Yeah,
Because
Sorry.
you're
been
just in
you've been
the corner of the screen all the
consistently
time. I mean, unless you don't want to, just
I'm
if you want.
sneaky.
Sneaky.
All right.
Okay, that's
Let's-
fine. Let's go on to the next question. Popping Cheddar asks, out of curiosity, does spaghetti exist in the Tamberlane universe?
Ooh.
I guess that's a question for Caitlin and Ari.
Yeah, I would say it does.
Yeah.
I don't think tomatoes grow super well in their climate, but I could be wrong.
And there's
But-
also different climates. Maybe not.
But there's
Treehouse.
other, but you
Yeah.
know, it's in the rest of the world. There's other places like, you know, warmer, more Mediterranean places. But yeah, absolutely. Both spaghetti and pizza exist.
Oh, awesome.
Wow. Even pizza.
Spaghetti confirmed real.
Where did they get the cheese from, though?
They have actual cows.
Oh,
They got them cows.
cool.
Just like there's horses that pull the wagons, those are just regular horses. They also have cows and goats and sheep and stuff.
Okay, one more question from Aaron Steinson. How is Anthony handling Piper all day? Like, what?
I don't know.
Not
I don't
well.
know. How do I do it?
One thing that's always funny to me is, and we actually had to add a line clarifying this in chapter 2 because it's so confusing. People don't realize that Anthony is the younger brother, and that Piper's older. Everyone always thinks Piper's the little sister, but I find
Wait,
it very
she is?
amusing. Yeah, she's older. So poor Anthony is having to take care of her, but purportedly she's taking care of him. Poor Anthony.
Oh yeah, maybe
Poor
they'll hope
Anthony.
maybe they have separate rooms and Piper just
No,
gets banished to a room.
they
all the time.
share a room.
Oh
They
no,
share- oh.
poor guy. Poor guy.
One of the
I mean, in
lines.
chapter
One of the
2
lines.
Chapter 2, you literally see him almost die because of it. So yeah.
Yeah, one line we added to chapter 2 is Piper basically talks about how she used to take care of Anthony when he was an ickle baby kitten, and Penny says, "I thought Anthony was older than you," and she says, "No, he's just freakishly tall, the poor lad."
Wow.
He's a
well,
tall boy.
May I know where exactly it's added? Because I'm.
The pages haven't gone up yet. They're gonna
They
go
will
up in
very
mid-December.
soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually,
You've
when
done
is
so much
the?
work on it.
Sorry.
It's gonna be around December 14th-ish. I haven't set a specific date quite yet.
Oh, your birthday
But
too.
we're gonna have a live stream while we like a read along.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Is this also when the omnibus is gonna get sent out, or?
Nope, I'm still reading proofs on the omnibus, so
Alright.
it's still in production.
Alright. Well,
Oh
can't
man,
wait
we
for it.
got proofs in there. It's so cool. But yeah, the edits are really fun. I'm actually really glad that you guys were able to do a recording of chapter 4 before the edits because I want both versions to exist. I don't want to pretend that the old edit of them didn't exist or something. Because that's what was written. Like most of the changes we made were out of necessity for later story stuff because we've worked out a lot more of the long-term stuff now, so little things, nothing was majorly changed as much, but it was a lot of like little references here and there. Like an example we had to change was the page where like they're all when they're in school and they're like, oh, Kira's parents this and then Marie's grandmother, whatever, like people died
Marie's
abroad.
biological.
Yeah, that's right. We had to go and like cross-reference those to make sure that they made sense with the timeline and parental people and stuff. But there are some pretty juicy edits in there. One I can mention that I would love to see y'all do an alternative version of when it happens is there's a new version of the Ivan story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
It's actually a page longer. Unfortunately, it did mean that page 300 is no longer our epic page 300, but it was worth it because we're really proud of it. It's a poem. With Caitlin did new illustrations for unbelievable. It's really cool, and I'd love to see you guys do a take on that one as well. That poem.
I saw it very.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
More bedtime stories, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's like Orlando was already there face palming because oh no, the Ivan story, the one that I put so much effort into trying to compose. It was very difficult.
Oh no.
But like I would say I really don't mind this because it also archives, like as you said, the story that was written before, and now like you have like two versions. It's like kind of like Spider-Verse because they release like multiple versions in the theaters because
That's true. Yeah.
because of sound editing stuff. And I would say like it's like kind of an advanced version of that in my mind at least. And it's like I'm really not too bothered by this. If I mean, I only see it as an opportunity for the voice actors who have their characters in the new version more, that they can like maybe record something for their portfolio, and
Yeah.
so like just these bits of these characters. So I don't mind it. I'm really looking forward to the new version they've been cooking up.
So one more thing from the YouTube chat. Angel Onyx Sunny says, "Bro, I just got done with the chapter 4. It was so good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But you better make the chapter 5 shortly, even though it will take time, tears, and sweat." Well, thank you so much for liking it, and we would really love to start working on chapter 5 right away, but sadly it doesn't exist yet, or at least not fully, for still at least 2 years probably. So sadly we can't work on chapter 5 right now, but we'll do as soon as it's done. Yes.
Yeah, there was one more person in the YouTube chat who had a question that I think Caitlin might be able to say something about. Lucens asked, "Have you ever thought about a Belfry plush as merch?"
I have thought about it a lot, in fact, and maybe one day it can happen. The major difficulties are cost and storage. But at the very least, with the Chapter 4 Kickstarter done and out of the way, and as soon as that's fulfilled and I can stop having that sitting on my mind like a gargoyle glaring at me from the shadows, I can think about the possibility of that, but I would not hold my breath just yet.
Yeah, the fact that we got such a good response on that Kickstarter did really encourage us about what that sort of thing would look like in the future. We've had a lot of people ask us about Makeshift, but we can't use them, unfortunately, because they require you to have 100,000 followers minimum on your social media, which is a lot. So, but we do really want to make a Belfry plush. I mean, I personally...
I will say that real fast. Aside from books, Belfry plush is the #1 most requested merch item, so it's likely.
Yeah, that, and I secretly really love a Piper plushie with a really oversized head. I think it'd be really funny.
Oh yeah, I would love that. Anything Piper would be really great. She's my favorite from the moment I saw her. I knew we were soulmates.
She's very cute.
Yeah,
Ainsley, please. Ainsley.
Yes, so the voice actor for Ainsley just showed up, and I want to
hello,
introduce
Ainsley.
yourself, please. And
Hi, I'm Inventor. It's been a long time since I did some voice acting, but I'm usually busy with the tech stuff. So if the audio is not just right, that's all my fault because I wasn't handling the compressors right.
Well, I will tell you, I just want to say, Ainsley is going to have increased stuff in Chapter 5, so be ready for that. Oh yeah, Ainsley, I insisted we need more Ainsley.
If that is true, then I'm gonna have to step up my games. need to schedule some training sessions with Aggie here to get my voice up to scratch. Yeah, so I can do that that properly. Can't drag the production quality down or like. All right.
There's actually a good question in the Discord chat, actually.
1 second, I just wanted to say, since it's 11:30, so that's the time I scheduled the release of the first piece of soundtrack. So right now the first piece of soundtrack has released, and now every day another piece is gonna release. So
like a calendar.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, Razor, you wanted to.
Yeah, someone asked in the Discord chat, do we have any plans on other dubs besides Supercell? And I was just looking at the archive on the Supercell website. There's 8 whole chapters that we can go through.
Yes,
there's a lot of material
lot
to
of
bide our
Supercell,
time with.
Right now, that's the plan to go forward with that, and so far there's no concrete plans for anything else.
Yeah. One thing at a time, right?
Yes, because it still takes us half a year for a single chapter usually, because most of us are doing this besides the full-time job, so it takes some time to do, but I think the time is worth it.
But then again, the average Supercell chapter is shorter than the average Tamberlane chapter.
Well, besides chapter 3 is insanely long. I think it's even longer than chapter 4.
Yeah.
Yes, so at least the first 2 chapters are gonna be relatively quick, and then it's gonna take a while. Yes.
Yeah.
So no.
Other plans to whenever Tamberlane is ready to work on Supercell and Tamberlane at the same time, or are we going to take a break on one of them?
Well,
that's a good question.
We'll have to
we'll just see what happens. I guess.
Yeah, that's at least 2 years away, so we can't really say
We're-
anything definitive on that. So
We're not really holding our breath on doing Tamberlane right away. So like we really want for the authors to take their time.
Yeah,
Because
so-
it's
So we'll see when we come to that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to read this comment from Chase. I just created an account just to say that all of this has inspired me so much to start my own stories.
Wow.
I love you all so
that's
much.
great.
Keep it up, y'all. Oh, thank you so much, Chase.
Yeah, I hope.
Really love
Lots of-
inspiring. Always love when we inspire people to do stuff. Like especially like all the voice actors who said they started pursuing voice acting as their career just because of us. It's like and
It's
stuff
such a-
like that is
it's-
just
it's the
really
highest
amazing.
compliment.
Oh yeah.
That's the best part of being a creative person of
Oh,
any
yeah.
kind, not just a voice actor or an artist or anything, is inspiring other people to do the same.
Oh yeah.
And creating relationships too, like making friends on the way. All of that. Yeah.
Rumor has it that friendship is indeed magic.
Oh.
It's so fun because it's so beautiful, kind of that it's like kind of the message of MLP, like My Little Pony, and it's like all bringing us together, and even like starting this project in the first place, and starting this project on top of this project to take place. It's crazy. Actually, one thing that I wanted to say from before, the influence that My Little Pony had on me in voice acting, because like when I was 11, I started like doing little Fandubs, and it was all because I was slightly iffed with the German voice of Fluttershy, which yeah, and it's like it's a way to start kind of a voice acting journey, kind of spite,
Yeah,
Spite
the
is a
voice
powerful
actors.
motivator.
Yeah, the voice actors for MLP were definitely a lot more like prominent than a lot of other shows in terms of
Yeah.
like interaction with the fans and stuff. That was the first time I'd ever really seen that.
Yeah, speaking of like the German voice acting, we're German speaking. I also learned English through My Little Pony.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So Aaron Steinson again asks, why is the first Tamberlane on another channel? Ah, that's actually a good question. That is because when we started out the whole voice acting thing, we basically just did it on my personal channel, and yeah, as more people came on board, we still just did that. But after releasing Tamberlane Chapter 1, then we started thinking about, like some people suggested, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this just under my personal name, but maybe we should get like a group name or whatever. And then at some point we started to think about what name do we want to have, what's the theme of our name gonna be. Actually, we can talk about this for a second, because we had a few we thought about a few different names. I think the first one we thought about was like Pleasant Pheasant or something. But we realized it's like a kind of common name, like some companies use that because it rhymes, and I guess it's like we just googled it and found like multiple companies using that, and I think that's one of the reasons why we didn't use it. Oh, and we got to that name because of how the street where I live is called. Not gonna say more about that, but that's how we got there. And yeah, and so after a while we thought about there was one thing where people who left from recording sessions to go back home at night, they saw like multiple people saw like a Marten running around in the street, and that's how we got to the Marten thing. And then first we thought about maybe calling it like White Marten, because that would also be an homage to Ainsley, because Ainsley is a White Marten. So we thought like, oh, maybe our studio name could be connected to where we really started the studio together, which was the White Marten Ainsley. But in the end we decided to go with Spotted Marten, because the Marten on the street had like spots and stuff. We were like, oh, spotted, and people are spotting each other and getting together to do this thing together. That's also a thing, so it has a double meaning.
Yeah.
Like Spotted Marten, like spotting someone, and spotted like their spots. Yeah. So
Very catchy name.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
And it's also like it's like furry related in some kind of way too. It's like
Exactly.
incorporating the fandom into the name, intentional or not.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Inventor says he's hungry, so
Yeah.
yeah. But let's see.
Let's
what
just
else
go
we
through
got.
the fantasy.
I'm not sure.
Emmanuel Dawkins asks, what year does Tamberlane take place?
Ooh.
Well, I think that's a bit of a
Yeah.
complicated question, I guess.
Spoiler, I guess.
But
We're getting into spoiler territory. There.
Wait, I have I think a technical answer for this. Let me grab my technical answer.
Are we gonna get a canon answer?
Let me see what we may indeed. Let me see if I can find
No,
it.
there's no canon answer yet. It's a secret.
Got it.
No, there is a canon answer. There's a canon answer. You're all gonna hate me for my canon answer, but there is technically a canon answer
Okay,
for this.
okay.
Don't worry, I'm not screwing you over, Caitlin.
Thanks.
The year is 2005. No, let me. Sorry, my
I guess
internet is
it's
very
year
slow.
476 after the first Sovereign Festival or something, right?
That's what I was gonna say. I was trying to find it. I was gonna say it's the year is 576 of the annual Sovereign Festival.
Oh well.
So
I guess
after it's 576 ASF. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
576 says fuck.
There you go.
I mean, there could be like.
Yeah, that is the closest we have to a canon answer.
Yeah. I mean, we know that the sea levels have risen considerably. Maybe there's like a way to kind of calculate the amount of time it takes for like a significant amount of ice to melt. Make the sea level.
Ooh,
yeah.
Getting into
Caitlin and I looking at each other like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah, right. I'm like, if you come up with that, let me know.
Let me know what the answer is. That sounds great.
Yeah, maybe it's like a good approximation. It kind of like, it's similar to the canon.
Some global warming model.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Mhm.
Y'all are getting way off track.
I mean, it's
Oh,
theories, right?
Okay,
Tamberlane theory.
Yes, exactly.
A Tamberlane theory.
Samuel
Thanks for
Trusik.
watching.
Samuel
Yeah.
Trusik asks, I remember there was a mention of heaven and Christianity at some point in the earlier chapters. Are there animal Christians on the islands? And if there are, what denomination?
Oh gosh.
So there's actually a story that we have things called Tales from Tree Hollow, which are like little bonus stories that we release on the website. You can patrons get them. They're also for sale on the shop. And for those who are getting the omnibus, one of the story I'm talking about is inside the book in the back. There's a story that goes into Kerr has run away from home again because he's grumpy. At some point, he always runs away from home and goes and hides, and they have to go find him. And he goes to like their church, run by a woman named Vesey. And the way religion works in this world, well, we still have these, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Baha'i, all these different religions. They're not
Organized.
there's a lot less segregation and separation. Like the church is non-denominational and it is a place for people of all different faiths and non-faiths to come together as a community. For instance, Tess's family are Catholic, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yes. I know there was at least one Protestant in the town. I forget who it was. I'm forgetting. There's definitely like a lot of like. And the way we treat it, well, we have some, canon-specific answers of like, oh, this family is this, or this person's atheist, or this person's agnostic, or whatever. Part of the joy of not specifically revealing for every single character is that we want to provide a place where people of different faiths or lack of faith to come to the story and, see themselves in it a little bit. Like, we don't have like an answer for every single character, but we do know that, there are a lot of different religious backgrounds in Tree Hollow and in Silver's Age in general. We do think it's funny that Christ is definitely like an Aslan lion.
Wow.
For sure is a lion.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah, really, an Aslan. That's a good point. I wanted to say that one thing I also really appreciated about Tamberlane, still do, obviously, is the representation of different family dynamics. It's a little expanded upon also in Tales of Tree Hollow, but I really liked, or like, crazy. Like Piper's my favorite, obviously. But I also felt very represented by the family dynamic that's going on there.
Yay!
Yeah, absent or like divorced father. I really appreciated all of the diversity family.
That's
It
super
always
important to
bothers
us.
me that there's so much like if a family is divorced in fiction, then they have big tension problems. And I just really wanted to be able to depict like an amicable divorce where they're still like friendly, but there's still obviously a reason they got divorced.
Yeah. And the kids are also kind of not completely on board. Obviously, your instinct is to keep the family together, the family unit, safety. But there needs to be like, and there may be like a reason for why Piper's acting out so much. Good, a connection.
Yay!
Yeah. I also love in the Ivan Saves the Town story that Ivan just has two dads, and it's not even like brought up as like a thing. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just a
something
thing.
that we preserved in the new version of the stories. Was like it's so important that like, not only that it was like a very casual, very just like acceptance that's very important to us in this town, but also the like it's a children's book, and there's no reason why a children's book should not have LGBT representation as well. And it was very important to us to demonstrate that even through just through the story that's there. Tree Hollow's got a lot of issues. Luckily, that's not one of them.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's the perfect way to do representation like that. It was great.
Also appreciated Tara and Maya. That's very
Yay!
cute. Yeah.
Okay, so one more question is from Nikita, who asks, as an absolutely random viewer, can we get more juicy lore on Scott? For context, Nikita is actually the voice actress of Scott.
Ah.
Yeah.
Let's see, juicy lore on Scott.
Oh boy, there's a lot of juicy lore on Scott.
Ooh.
My brain is not coming up with anything off the top of
Throw
my
me
head.
a frickin' bone here, Scott.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, my brain is totally blank. I will get back to you on that. Alright, can you think of anything?
Juicy lore on Scott, as in the character Scott.
Specifically character Scott.
Let's see. I have answers that I can't give.
I know, right? That's all I can think of too.
I would say, here's one that it didn't necessarily make it into the story specifically, but Scott the character is a writer illustrator, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And in the original draft, I don't know if this wasn't kept for some specific reasons, but Scott wrote the latest edition, or at least was edited the newest edition.
Modernized. Ivan Saved the Town.
You're telling me
and
there's
that
an even worse version of it?
Well, yeah, well, I don't know. See, the thing is that didn't work and didn't make sense, and so that's one of the things we changed in the edits is 'cause we're like this
I
Wait.
am so excited about showing y'all the new version. That favorite thing in the edits is how the new name is called Inquisitive Ivan. Is the new name of the story. We wanted to give it a slightly catchier kind of like this seems like a character that you would like hear about.
Also, spoiler alert: he doesn't save the town in this one.
Oh no, he does not.
Oh no, I'm really curious.
Yeah.
I saw the thumbnail for it. It looked scary. But I didn't actually see the page itself yet.
I'm very, very curious about the.
I'm gonna ask Caitlin.
What?
Is there a chance? If not, then I don't. Is there a chance we can show that?
Sure.
Is that a huge deal? I'd be down to show the new version.
Show it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it.
Oh my
We
gosh.
would need inventor for that. You see somewhere present
Yeah, we
right
can
now?
just send you to screen share. We can just send you the images.
We are gonna need to show an image because they want to show edits for.
Yes, you want to
Okay.
Is it possible?
Who is going to give us what?
Well, how are we gonna do this? Are you gonna send just a file over and we should show it? Or?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like three. It's just three
three
images.
PNGs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So if you can
Yeah.
just send it to him via Telegram, or send it on. Or send it to him on Discord. It's probably best. Yeah.
Okay. I will. Let's see. Ari, I'm guessing you don't have access to it right now since you're not at home.
The images. Give me like. I have Dropbox on here, so I should have it. Let me just grab it very quickly.
I think I'm gonna get to it faster.
You probably will. It's a race. It's a race. Was that aha that you already have it?
No, not yet. I played myself.
What page is it? 200 and what?
221 to 220. No, 220 to 222.
Yep, I'm downloading them now. Export. Export to the all. I'm gonna export it to Discord.
Let's see. Yep, that
Okay.
was the correct page number. Hooray! Why am I short?
They're downloading. They're downloading.
Yes.
I'm on data on my phone.
Oh gosh, my problem as well. I take too many pictures.
Oh, that's not much.
In the meantime, I wanna thank Max Rex for his really kind words in the YouTube chat.
Oh, what did he say?
It's like, yeah, I said, hey, I've just finished to watch the chapter 4, and if you allow me to say, that was an amazing and truly beautiful interpretation without exaggeration.
Oh.
It was like the history comes out of the pages to the screen and microphones with all of your voices. Maybe I sound a bit over exaggerated, but I'm truly speaking of the heart. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, that's great.
So much.
Glad. Aw.
Well, you get the
All
technical
right,
stuff.
and I'm sending them
Perfect.
to Inventor. Type that in here. All right, they should be on their way here in a moment. Hopefully it goes through. Let's see. I don't know if they're sending or not. Discord is really weird about sending images sometimes when you...
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it gets just stuck for 5 minutes on processing for no reason.
Exactly.
Will you figure that out? Can I ask Caitlin a sort of silly question real quick?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, so like, obviously, you know, I don't need the juicy details, but Kira, explain the logistics of that hybrid to me.
Real good question. The best I can tell ya is that when two hybrids have another hybrid that have a baby, the baby has characteristics from all the hybrids.
Oh, wow.
As for how an alligator and a cow or something got together,
They got. How did they get together? Oh, in college.
college.
When a mommy cow and a daddy gator love each other very, very much.
Yeah.
Yes,
This
Kira.
is what
They
happens
spit to the eyes
when-
of God, and a creature was born.
That's right.
That was great.
Also, Anne Persmore asked a question that is probably very connected to the pages we're about to show. But I think you're probably not gonna be able to answer it because it's probably secret. But she asks, "What is abroad?"
Oh.
Well.
That is the.
It's a bad name for a lady.
Broad.
Oh, I get it.
Almost
Brilliant.
as bad as a dame.
A dame. Yeah, you're just gonna have to find out. It's a place. It is a specific place. It is not the concept of being abroad from wherever you are.
I will say one thing we did as an edit that helps clarify a little bit kind of the concept is that they never should say, they do a lot in the old one, but they should never say going abroad. It's going to abroad. And that's a very deliberate change we made.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who are like, so is abroad like every single place outside the town? I'd be like, well, that would be unsustainable.
Yes, that's also something that confused me at first, so it's a good change. Yeah.
But there are places that are considered kind of unsavory that are not literally abroad. I mean, we had Tag show up. Tag is from some sort of questionable place, apparently.
Pollybrook.
Yeah, exactly.
Bollybrook. Yeah.
Considered questionable, so there's definitely places that are quote unquote bad.
Pollybrook does metal trades with Tree Hollow, as far as I know, and they derive some things from abroad.
Yeah, that's why, that's what I was saying. They like the gray area of like it's bad, but not literally you're in abroad and never coming back bad. So it's like I would love to learn more about Fallybrook and other places like that that have more strained relationships with the Tree Hollow or other settlements.
I will say Bollybrook is on the border of abroad. And that is why they are regarded with suspicion.
They're too close to the weird thing.
That's right.
Yeah, but like Tree Hollow still needs things and.
Yep.
I especially like kind of like the implication that Fallybrook, is in some ways regarded with suspicion for understandable reasons because it's close to a place that they're all taught to be afraid of. But also that you see the townspeople also have suspicions. Just look, they change how they look. They like shorten their tails and stuff. That's weird, kind of like. More on the level of your parents tell you not to hang out with those kids. I like that there's a mishmash of superstitions that make sense and superstitions that seem more like old people worried about them youngins.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, the files have sent finally. My goodness. What day's a little slow here. So yeah, I figured if this is the new version, 3 pages instead of 2. I'm happy to read it unless someone else wants to read it. It's up to you guys however you want to do it.
I mean, we got voice actors here.
We do. Can they see? Will they be able to see it live? I think so, right?
I think so.
We can share screen here.
Fisk already went to bed, so we probably can't get Belfry to voice Belfry, but I'm sure there's other people who.
You'll have to tune in to lead a recording.
We could have Piper read as Piper.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Get around.
Maybe Perry can do Belfry or.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be honored to. Not as good as Whisker about it, but. Yeah.
No one can replace.
Also, Raisa, I just noticed you changed your.
Oh my god! It said 3. Okay, it was sent 3 times because Wi-Fi is slow, and I didn't think it was sending, so I'm gonna delete some of the extras. I sent so many. It is not 9 pages long. That would be absurd.
What if it
yeah, you said you saw my profile picture change. Yeah.
Yes.
Figured I might do a little promotional tie-in.
Awesome.
Yep. There we go. All right.
That's when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm currently sizing the.
All right. Inventories. Working on it.
Yeah, because they're really, really big, and when you import them, they get in size which not fit in at all.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta have myself a.
All right.
For voice acting, would probably be a good idea. Then I'll pass you the microphone.
Okay.
Sorry, Box.
Oh, yes. But then they want you to do like a Piper take on it.
But I think yeah.
But yeah, we did that before, sort of. That I was the makeshift Belfry to have someone counterplay with somebody else recording.
Oh, nice.
It's admittedly fun to camouflage as others just for a little bit, not as a replacement, just like I'm kind of like being the bootleg version. For a bit. Yeah.
The knockoff Belfry.
Dun, 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 dun.
Someone gonna have to screen share.
Oh.
Can you put it on the? No. Because here it's hard to read because of the light. If it's on the
I
left.
think I can manage.
Okay, if you guys can read it, then that's fine.
There is just something like I think the camera is covering a part of the panel. Oh.
the very bottom, but it's not cover any text. Pictures.
No, it is text. That's what I mean. Like there's a speech bubble I can't read. The pictures contain the words.
Oh, pictures. I thought about creatures, but yeah, pictures is. Ooh, darkness. Hello.
Oh.
It's just so we
Hello,
can
darkness,
read.
my
Oh. Oh god. Well, I guess we're just waiting for Agatha.
Oh yeah, she can. I think what we should do is I can be the narration since it's Belfry reading it, but you know there's a voice of a creature that shows up. Maybe that can be Piper because why not? Since this this is the unofficial take, I would love to do this as like a special like little extra video, like as a bonus.
This?
Yeah, like in the future, a proper recording with Visca doing Belfry again, doing the alternative. Ivan Saves the Town, aka Inquisitive Ivan.
Yes.
Agatha, what do you think that I do the narration as Belfry, still reading to Tamberlane, but there's a spooky voice of a creature that could be Piper, since we're doing this unofficial.
Yes.
You can goof a little bit with it. How about it?
Yeah, good idea.
Okay, then let's get started. Again, I apologize. I am tired and hungry, but I'll do my very best bootleg. That's the second picture.
Just switched. Yeah.
But yeah, once it's ready,
I'm sorry, OBS.
That's fine. I get that.
Yeah, we're all tired at this point.
I'll give it a.
Just for context, it's midnight at our place now.
Yeah, like I
So
said.
I think after this we probably.
This is a good way. This is a good way to end the stream. This is a nice special sneak thing. Sneak peek.
Exactly.
So I'll do my very best.
So, are you gonna turn off the light again, or?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Or is it just?
No, I
just lowered it. Oh, okay. I see.
So the camera can just pick up without too much.
Okay.
Yep.
Like,
And just to say, a couple in chat joined, and I think don't know what they're looking at. This is for the updated edit of Chapter 4 that's coming out soon, where one of the changes that was made was that we redid the Ivan Saves a Town story. I went ahead and wrote a poem. Caitlin did new illustrations, and this is the sneak preview as voiced by some of the lovely Spotted Marten voice actresses and actors. So very excited.
All right, again, I'll do my best, Belfry, but Visca's the best. Once in a little town much like your own, Inquisitive Ivan lived happy at home. A curious boy with a curious mind, he wanted to learn all the facts he could find. His poor Papa Paget grew sick with the flu. The doctor said, "Sorry, there's naught I can do." But Pa whispered, "There's a beast in the thicket that knows many things. That may be the ticket." So that night in the woods, amidst crawdads and crickets, the kid found the home of this thing in the thicket. A cave full of shadows and whispers of dread, a dwelling where good little kids mustn't tread.
Oh, child, do not be afraid.
Soothed a voice.
I give you a gift. I offer you choice. Your poor sickly papa must come to my side. With all of my knowledge, I'll keep him alive.
Who are you? Asked Ivan with uneasy tummy. The voice answered softly, as sweetly as honey.
I hold all the knowledge that you've ever sought. It's lovely to meet you. Please, call me a bride.
Oh, this is scary. All I recalled was the nice creatures. Inquisitive Ivan was oh so delighted to meet his new friend, but he was misguided. He rushed to his home and told Papa Paget, "My new friend abroad can cure you like magic." But then Papa Thomas took Ivan aside. "Oh, poor Papa Paget, it's best that he died. Some knowledge is dangerous, nasty, and cold. and some things we cannot and should not control. Inquisitive Ivan was shocked. Papa Tom, all knowledge is wonderful. I'll prove you wrong. So all of his father's words Ivan forgot. That night Papa Paget was sent to abroad. But when nighttime came, a knock at the door, a turn of the knob, a creak of the floor. Inquisitive Ivan, that poor little kid, woke up with a fright, and there he saw it. What once was his papa, his sweet lovely pa, had turned to a monster of long teeth and claw. All goodness was taken, all beauty was flawed, and all that he loved had been taken abroad. From out of the darkness came sweet Papa Tom. He said, Papa Paget, leave now and be gone. You're tainted with evil, with darkness and plague. So leave us alone and never come back. Some knowledge is sacred, some knowledge is wicked. Those dark little thoughts from the thing in the thicket. In your little town, all safe is in your home. Go learn what you can. Your mind is your own. But trust in your elders, and this message hark. Some knowledge is better left in the dark.
Yay, you knocked that out of the park.
That was so cool.
Indeed, it was so good. Well done.
Also, Piper as abroad was
That was my
Weirdly
favorite part.
perfect. Weirdly perfect. Having Piper as a
Oh yeah.
Also, I
Thank
gotta
you.
say that scary illustration, damn, from the
Yeah.
scary monster. Oh my
Yes.
god,
Wow.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
I
You
was
did a
so
really
happy
good
with
job copying in homaging like the lyrical style that you would get from a
Yes.
kid's poem. It felt
Thank
really
you
like
so much.
the melody and
nailed
rhythm
it.
of it is on point. That's why I had such an easy time getting into it, like reading it like a kid's poem, because obviously there's a lot of kids' fables and stuff that are written like that, and you nailed that style. Really well, good job.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very fun to bring a little bit of my lyric songwriting stuff to the work on this. It was really, really fun. And it's just I think Caitlin did all these illustrations in like a day because she's a powerhouse.
I did,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
amazing.
It was very much a last minute like, wait, do you think we have time to like do an update of the story for the book? Well, we have very little time. I guess we'll do it. And we like in 2 days we threw this out. I'm really proud of it. I love how it came out.
Yeah.
It's like threatening, and it's actual effective propaganda now.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right?
yeah. Like now I kind of caught myself to believe, oh, I guess you really have to avoid abroad. Like, yeah, it's really, really effective.
For me, the improvement, like the original works, it gets the message across, but I will say the improvement is really strong in connecting the image of the monster to the papa. Because in the original, it feels almost incidental. Like, I get the connection, but it feels almost incidental because, oh, it just shows up, and Ivan says go away, and it goes away, and Ivan saves the town. But in this one, there's really more of a tragedy to it, where the monster comes and turns the papa into this horrible creature, this horrible nightmare. So you learn like this is what you trifled with, and this is the result. You really have a direct consequence. That's what made it feel more like one of those creepy fables, like, you know, the original Brothers Grimm tales were not the
Yeah.
cutesy
100%
versions you
what
see in
inspired
Disney
it.
movies. They were really dark and purposely engineered just to teach kids horrible lessons about listening to the adults. So this really felt very reminiscent of that. I
Exactly.
appreciate that a lot.
Yes.
That means so
Thank
much because
you.
the big inspiration for this take was simply the line that Belfry says in the original draft. This isn't the change at all, where she's trying to describe abroad to Tamberlane, and Tamberlane says, "Am I a monster? And am I from abroad?" And then Belfry says, "No, abroad's a boogeyman." And I thought, I love that line, but also like, what if abroad was actually like a boogeyman, a monster lived under your bed? What would that mean? And then that's where the story came from, is like, if abroad was real, was this like creature that called to you and said, I can fix all of your problems, just bring him to me. So like that line from the original draft of abroad being a boogeyman kind of inspired the idea of like personifying it. If abroad's a person, it's someone you can be afraid of.
crazy good, but it's so nice that a single line that one has written and probably not thought too hard about could be like such a great source of inspiration for you to actually like go through with this idea, with this very effective storytelling right here.
Yeah, it's really easy to write off of Tamberlane because Caitlin's work and the world building and the writing is so good. It's so fun to write off of.
Thank you.
It's very, very immersive.
What also I feel like makes this again a bit more resonant as a piece of like, hey kids, listen to your elders, don't ask too many questions, is that you personified something. If you remember like all those like, especially in the 90s, all those PSAs where kids were told, oh, don't take those evil drugs, children, that apparently every 10-year-old drug dealer can give you all the time. Like, these just exist, you know, but it was obviously very outrageous, but it was, you know, that whole war on drugs stuff, so they often personified to make this more palatable children. There'd be the drug dealer would be literally like a smoke man who like hands you a joint or whatever, which feels really silly, but also is exactly how these things target you. They try to make it feel like a person that could be at the corner and like do evil things. So instead of explaining the abstract nature of like abuse or people who want ill for you, they just, here's an evil cartoon man and he will do evil things to you. Don't listen to him. So I really like that because it feels like very much the same methodology of this is the evil thing. We don't want to explain it to you how it actually works or what it actually means because we are scared ourselves. That's often what it is, right? The adults are scared. So they try to reflect that onto the children while avoiding the big answers. So I liked this a lot. It reflected the fear of the adults and turning it into, no, kids, look, Broad is just an evil monster. Don't listen to it.
Yay!
And it's super catchy, too. Like, the first thing that I thought of was, okay, like, when you notice the 90s PSA stuff, was Mario saying, remember, if you take drugs, you go to hell before you die. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the most important things for me was to end with, like, a line that a parent could say, some knowledge is better off left in the dark. Because I think a part of it is, like, it was really important to have a sense of, like, no, like, even in the propaganda, they're not saying never learn anything. But they're basically saying learn the approved things that it's good to learn, not the things you shouldn't learn.
Learn
and
what
the
we tell
second
you
they
to
have,
learn.
exactly, the second you have that phrase, some knowledge that left in the dark, especially because I thought it was important that, like, the idea of unknown things being associated with fear and it left in the dark, you know, literally also means like hiding in the shadows. And like, so it means a lot that this is the first time I've been able to have like a reaction from people. And I'm just like, that's so good. Hear you guys read it was so cool. I can't wait to see it. That's so cool.
Process behind this.
You basically gave it a code word. Like, that's what it is, right? That's another, again, classic thing you see in all these fear-mongering PSAs is always, you know, like, you know, winners don't do drugs or, you know, this is your brain on crack and your questions. You know, those things are very memorable because they were so outrageous, but they basically became synonymous with the message because because they're so memorable. So you have some things are better left in the dark. That gives the parents this easy code word of like, you know, this is the line. If I say this, then you know this is the forbidden knowledge and you need to back off.
And it's not lost media. You can still find the stuff online and people meaning it because they saw it in their childhoods.
Yes, it left an impression because it tries so hard to get in your head. That's so. I think like that was definitely a strong vibe that was there. Both the fables, you know, the PSAs of the olden age, if you want.
Dude, Canada had some of the weirdest PSAs in the 90s. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
we had some of those. The Concerned Children's Advertisers PSAs. Go look up House Hippos on YouTube if you want to see what I mean. The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States.
You get so excited. That's crazy.
I don't know the Canadian ones. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, there's some really weird ones out there.
I just know the classics, like, you know, like P.V. Herman tells you this is crack, you know?
My thing is sound effects. Here's a T-Rex.
Oh my god. It's funny. Like, I know so many YouTube poops about this.
Yes. That's original. I found out about it as being a child, not from the United States, but then you look into it more and you're like, holy crap, this is stuff they're just showing on TV.
Yeah.
Like you know, Winnie the Pooh tells you drugs are bad.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was that
know,
cartoon
I know.
special they made. Where all the cartoon ulsters to the rescue. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's important to say this stuff because it was like a problem, but
Yeah, but the way it was transported was just so blatantly. Again, we don't want to have these difficult conversations with our kids
Of
about
course.
how these dangers actually happen. So instead, here is a Ninja Turtles telling you drugs are bad. Okay. It's like it's maybe it definitely comes from a good place, but you see why it's so fraught. That's
Yeah.
why I like this new version of Little Ivan Saves the Town.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to star in his own cartoon special now.
Oh yeah, and remember, kids, like this very cartoony.
Like the turtle, the atomic bomb turtle.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Duck and
Duck.
cover.
Cover.
Oh god.
Duck. Oh yeah.
Oh,
That with
no.
Ivan. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we need this.
Yeah.
Little Ivan says, little kids, like kids, if your parents say this and that, you better listen because otherwise, and then some horrible thing happens. God.
Yeah,
But
very,
yes,
very
you see, we enjoy it. We enjoy the take.
He's
That's
abroad, by the way.
Yay!
no.
Oh no,
no.
he's biting Belfry's head off.
No, you're
No,
not our
not Belfry.
friend. We were just told you're not our friend, and everything that's written in books is always correct.
When you learn about dark things, always remember, whenever you're staring down the abyss is staring back at you.
Oh yeah, that's also a line in the lyrics from the song that I wrote at the end. You remember? It's like, oh, good point actually. I wanted to play.
You just feel up for that as sending us off from the stream?
Right. So I just wanted to say there was this line that went, and I can't help but be clasped by this chasm staring at me, or however it went. Staring back at me. You know it better than me. Back at me.
So
yeah, I don't know.
I think. Do we want to end it with this, or
Yeah.
I don't want to like. If there's still something left unsaid, then I would like to.
I just think
I
we're
just
all.
want to say I'm really, really tired.
Yeah,
So
we're all starting to run out
I'm-
of steam.
I would
I'm
be
afraid.
very on board with ending it with that, unless anybody has
Yeah,
still something they really want to say.
I would really want Kate and Ari to.
Yeah, how you feeling, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Ari? You got your thoughts?
This has been fantastic, and the dub was amazing, and hanging out with you guys is wonderful. And I'm looking forward to this this rendition, and then a nice break.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending your time with us, like giving up some of your day for us. Really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy that this worked out the way it did. I
Same.
really
Attach this
hope.
properly to you so
I
you can
really
use it
hope
while
we were good company because I really enjoyed talking with you and hearing your thoughts behind creating all of this. And yeah, just thank you.
Yeah,
You made
I
it
just
all
want to say
awesome.
it is really cool that this project has your official like a stamp of approval.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
and we get to hear your thoughts and that you get to like bring your 2 cents in and stuff. It's really awesome to have
guys
the
are
original
super
creators
cool.
involved. Yeah.
And if you guys ever wanna like collab on anything else, maybe we can get Ari on board for some music for future projects or something. Just
I'm always happy to do music stuff. So just hit me up.
oh, awesome! We're just throwing it out there because we are already in the brainstorming phase for Supercell. So if you're interested, maybe giving some thoughts on that.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
just DM me
I would
afterward. I was
love to hear
about
your
that.
input.
Oh yeah, then.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
also a
okay.
musician and a singer in
Yes.
particular. So I'd love to collaborate with something.
Oh yeah, let's
That'd be
make
so
it,
fun.
Make
Yeah.
it super big and awesome. Go.
Supercell metal song?
What?
A Supercell heavy metal song? Ooh.
That would be
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Well, we'll definitely have to think about it.
It has like shonen vibes anyway. You could literally make like an anime.
Yes.
I already made a breakdown of all the different themes that show up and entities that show up and everything and how they're connected. So, yeah, we will definitely get back to you guys on that and let's look at that. Yeah. But for now, I think the stage is up for Agatha.
Oh yeah.
And
Sure, but
just
yeah.
whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Play
So
yourself.
the thing is, I am not exactly the most technically like I'm not technically skilled in music. I just really if I have a melody in mind and if I have like some chords that I want to play, then I just kind of do it like that. For the arrangement, obviously, Orlando was responsible, who was responsible for all of the music, Tamberlane. And so he really helped me realize the rhythm and everything about the song, and gave some great suggestions that helped kind of bring, you know, like the reason that part of it has lyrics at all is because of his. So yeah, I'm just gonna play how I first envisioned it, and hopefully I'm not completely nervous. But like, yeah, if you sing along, if you know the lyrics and you can sing along, I don't want it to be completely solo. So yeah. All right. Okay. So.
Oh yeah. You take the mic. Take the mic. I think you can use it better than me.
He's also a trained singer, so.
Oh, thank you.
He does a
Yeah. Right. So. Again. So I have fallen out of favor. So I have fallen out of favor. I've got to be better than the words I spoke, ignoring the mist of sorrow. From the chasm staring right back at me, I know I gotta be better, better, better. You know I have to be better, better, better. I know I gotta be better, better, better. I carry the self I thought I had slain. My wounds are unwrapped, they are achy and wet from the storm that I had cast upon me. I know I gotta be better, better, better. I know I have to be better, better, better. I know I'm gonna be better, better, better. I know I have a chance to make it finally right. I thought I'd fallen out of favor. Right.
So
That was
good.
so good.
Oh my god, it was so awesome. Your
Beautiful.
voice is beautiful. It's
Thank
like
you
an
so much.
angel's voice.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
Absolutely
I wanna say
gorgeous.
she's the Renaissance.
Oh, thank you.
She does it all.
Oh, thank you.
She's got an amazing performance.
And you, and you.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Everyone was in here is awesome.
That was wonderful. Thank you all so much for
Yes,
having
thank
us. That was an
you.
honor.
Thank you so
for
much for
listening to
joining
my
us.
song.
giving
Oh
your
yeah,
time.
thanks. It was so great having you on and everything.
It was wonderful to be here.
It was a blast.
Awesome. Well, I think it's time for us to say goodnight.
Yeah, good night.
I'm
and thank you
extremely
so much for
tired,
I'm
joining.
about to
but
pass out.
it was all worth it.
Aw.
It was so great.
Yeah, this was a great time, guys.
That was
Awesome.
wonderful.
And can't wait.
All right, everyone have a great evening and take care.
Yeah, have a
Thanks,
good
have a
evening,
great day.
everybody.
Great rest of your day.
Sweet
Can't wait to
dreams.
see more of what you guys create and participate in some way because
Renter,
you
come
guys are
say bye
amazing.
as well.
Yeah, come.
Come on. Come on, camera.
Come on, man.
Hey.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, Kate and Ari, for joining. Really, really
You're
enjoyed
very, very
Absolutely.
welcome.
Bye-bye-bye.
it. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, my mom
Good,
can say
good.
hi. She's one of the reasons I'm the way I am.
Oh.
She's a big reason.
Hey.
I'm really, really glad. I'm really, really glad. Thank
Aw,
Aw, that's so sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of
Everybody.
course.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye bye. Take care.